Alright, hello everyone. Daniel Flowerdew here with Flower Power Clinical Massage. Now, this video has been needing to be made for a long time. And I will be totally honest, I am getting hit left and right the last few days with psychic attacks. And let's face it, things are just kind of crazy out there right now, and this is all working together to inspire me to make this video today on unplugging. Now, this is going to be a short video, it's not going to be all-encompassing, but first I would like to explain why to do unplugging and what is unplugging. So, in unplugging are techniques that we use energetically to reclaim our energy field, to get back into our heart core star, and to get back in control of our body, our emotions, and our actions, and our thoughts. When we do unplugging techniques, we are intentionally unplugging from all the chaos all around us and connecting back in with our authentic power, our authentic heart core star, our authentic soul suma, as well as our authentic spirit guides. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Now, I am intentionally trying to talk slow, as well as to really focus on my diction here to make this understandable. So, feel free to watch this in double speed if you want. And hopefully the music in the background will just be a pleasant addition to this. I'm using a camera I've never used, a setup I've never used. So, this is all just really impromptu. So that's what unplugging is. Unplugging is disconnecting from things outside of us. So why should we do this? Well, a lot of people believe that 9 out of 10 thoughts that run through our head are not our own thoughts. Think about that. 9 out of 10 things that you think about throughout the day aren't even yours. They're not even things that you would think about. All of those thoughts, however, if you identify with them or if you really just let them run amok, they're going to impact your nervous system. They're going to impact your digestive system, your respiratory system. They're going to impact your thought process. It just causes chaos. Now, energetically as well, it's important to do unplugging techniques regularly because we are energetically sensitive beings. Energy impacts us all day, all night. So doing these techniques really does help us to claim our space to keep out the energies that really don't serve us, okay? This is extremely beneficial for anyone, especially if they do any kind of work with the public. Now, I can tell this is important. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit. Okay. I can tell I can tell that this is important to talk about because my stomach is rumbling. I just had a ton of stuff flying all over the place. I don't even know what, but that's okay. I don't need it anyway. Not for this. So, okay. So if a person is working with customer care, or if they're working with one-on-one individuals, it doesn't matter if they're on the phone or in person, it doesn't matter if it's retail or whatever the case may be, when we interact with people, our energies do interact. So this simple act of unplugging can impact literally every area of your life, including also how you respond to life and how you're able to use your authentic magic abilities to create a life that you deserve and desire. Okay? So, that's the why, and that's the what. Okay? So, and yes, I do know that I flip them around. That's okay. I'm keeping you on your toes, okay? So, I'm going to guide us through a few very simple parts of an unplugging, okay? There are probably hundreds of techniques for this. I know quite a few, but we're going to keep it down to just 4 or 5 points here, okay? So, first thing, when you do your unplugging, it's important to be in a space, you know, when you're first getting started on unplugging, when you're getting used to this and getting used to using these techniques, it really helps to be alone. Right now, I am in my room. No one else is here. Nothing else is around me. It's just me, with some gentle music in the background. You can use music. You don't have to have it. I like it because, you know, it's David Arkenstone, for one. Phenomenal artist. But the music is very calming, and it adds into the experience for me. So that's why I use it. So that's part 1. Be alone. Be in a room, or, you know, if you're out in public and you can't get away from people, try to get into the bathroom. You know, try to get into a stall in the bathroom. As ridiculous and as smelly as that sounds, it can offer you the space to get away from everyone, okay? Okay. Now, it does help to have some kind of tissue on hand if you need it. Like, I always have my box of tissues handy, because sometimes when you do an unplugging, it might make you cry. It might also make you have to sneeze. So the tissue could be very helpful for, you know, cleaning it up and helping your body to release that energy, okay? It's also really nice to be hydrated. I would even, you know, it's kind of crucial to be hydrated. So maybe even have like a bottle of water with you if you can. Or drink water before you step away to do this if you can. So, once you're in that space and you're all alone, you're going to take one good deep breath to get focused and centered. And then you're going to call in several original, authentic, upgraded, uncompromisable, uncorruptible, and true Kryahgenetics badass eggs to wrap you up inside of all of them. Take a moment to get familiar with the eggs that are around you. Check and see if you can count how many layers are around you. Also, while you're doing this, you can ask for your authentic and true soul summa to bring in these eggs for you, okay? But take a moment to pay attention to these eggs. What colors do you see? How many layers do you see? For instance, for me right now, I am seeing several eggs that are kind of glassy looking. You can see out, but you can't see in. And they are, you know, one of them is a beautiful dark blue. One of them is a light blue. One of them is a violet color. One of them is electric green. And then outside of all of that, I am seeing a black gunmetal egg. So now just ask these eggs to turn on. And as you'll see, I'm already rocking. That's what one of the eggs is doing for me right now. They're helping me rock back and forth. But just ask the eggs to turn on. To clear out all of the psychic debris from your fields, which includes your mind, your body, and your auric fields. Take another few good, deep breaths here. As you breathe in, fill up all of your chest with heart core star energy. And as you breathe out, just let it sit there and let it start building. So that you can really build up your heart core star energy so you can feel it. Okay? Now, one thing I will say here as you're doing this is when you're doing the unplugging techniques, there is no strict, like, do this first, do this next, do this next. It really depends on you that day and what you need. So I'm going to be sharing with you these basic techniques. And then you can use them in whatever order you feel like you want to. You always do get egged up first, okay? That is the first and foremost thing, is always get egged up first. Okay, so once you're feeling good and stable in the hardcore start, we're going to get on to the next step here. So, step 1 is get into the Kryahgenetics egg. Step 2 is now the cord cutting. We all have cords of energy connecting to us, to everyone that we've communicated with, anyone that we've interacted with throughout the day. Some of these cords are stronger than others. You can even get a cord of attachment driving down the freeway, you know. Especially if someone cuts you off, or if something happens, or if you cut them off. Don't do that. But it can be that easy to create a cord of connection. Most of these cords are unhealthy. Most of them are created in fear, or they're created in, you know, some sort of vampiric lack and desire, you know, just wanting to feed off of you, wanting to take from you. And sometimes it'll go both ways, where you're unintentionally trying to feed off of others as well. The more that you use these techniques, the less that will happen, okay? If you are an authentically good person and your energy field is starting to get to that point, you either have something attached to you making you do it, or you are so run down and exhausted that you are asking for help in all the wrong ways and all the wrong places, okay? So doing these unplugging techniques will help clear all of that up, okay? Sometimes entities will require more intense care, but we can do a video on that another time. So for the cord cutting, how I do this is I will ask the eggs that are around me, the Kryahgenetics eggs, to turn into sickle mode. And what this does is it gets the DNA spiral spinning. There's 3 strands of DNA descending, you know, in the center of the Kryahgenetics egg here. There's 3. It looks like 2, but that's because this is 2-dimensional depiction of it, but there's 3. And it's going to get those DNA strands moving around the outside of your body, almost like a push mower, right? If you've ever seen one of those where it's not mechanic, or it's not electric, it is mechanic, but it's not electric, and when you push the mower, it makes the blades spin. Okay, that's what this looks like. And those DNA strands are going all over the skin, getting every crevice, going through and cutting cords off of every area of your body, okay? And as I'm explaining this to you guys here on the video, I'm doing it myself, and it feels really, really good. Now, when the eggs do the cord cutting, it's important to know that they're cutting off all cords of attachment. All of them. Okay? You don't need to have cords connecting you to your guides. You don't have cords connecting you with your authentic soul Summa. They're all a part of you. They're not outside of you. So this cord cutting is really cutting off everyone and everything else, including animals, family, friends, everyone, okay? So once the eggs have gone through that sickle mode, the next thing that I like to do is to imagine that I'm holding a spray bottle in my hand filled with what's called LR5 water, Love Resonance number 5. This is made, you know, this water is made using your Almoricite or Aurora light to charge the water, okay? It hypercharges it and energizes it, magnetizes it, it restructures the water. Basically, it makes the water into really, really kick-ass energy healing juice. Okay? So you imagine you have a spray bottle with this liquid, and you just spray it all over yourself. Front, back, under the arms, you know, This is a part of energetic hygiene, so make sure you get your armpits here, okay? Don't leave them out. Don't leave them out. Make sure to get your groin and your butt, okay? Just make sure to spray everything down with this LR5 water. And sometimes at the end of spraying myself, what I'll do if there's water left over in this imaginary bottle, which there always is, I'll unscrew the top and just pour it in on top of myself and on my hardcore star and on my loin star. Just be like, just wash it all out. Just wash it all out. Next thing that you do is you use that spray bottle again, have it all filled up with LR5 water, and spray it outside of you. And you will see some of these cords and attachments trying to reconnect back in with you. What the LR5 water is going to do is it's going to go up that food chain to send all of those cords and connections back to where they belong. It's going to send them all back with neutrality and with an extreme amount of truth, justice, and integrity. Okay? So, once you've got all of those cords sent back... Ooh, okay. Next thing that you're going to do is move your shoulders back and forth and feel the wings on the back of your shoulders. You know, I'm really feeling this right now, so I feel like this is important to bring up. Feel your wings and just watch them as they open up all around you. Just open up, flex them a little bit. Wow. Woo. Yeah, I definitely needed this today too. This is amazing. So that is the cord cutting, okay? Once you've gotten to this point, you can enjoy this as long as you want, okay? I suggest 5 to 15 minutes minimum where you are just disconnected from everyone and everything, where you have all of those cords cut off. When you're ready, you connect back in with your hardcore star, and you'll send a connection. You'll send a musical healing cord from your authentic hardcore star to the authentic hardcore star of anyone that you want to be connected with. So, like, let's say it's your dog, or your fish, or your bird, or, you know, a tree that you really love, or a family member. Once you've gotten yourself stable and you feel confident and comfortable in your skin again, you can then send that hardcore star energy, that hardcore star cord between you and these individuals. And that way you're going heart to heart. Heart to heart. It's going to really drastically decrease the chance of negative cords coming back in, or harmful cords coming back in from any of those people or things. So, step 1, get into the Kryahgenetics egg. Step 2, the cord cutting. Okay? Now, step 3, this one is a little bit newer, and this is phenomenal. I'm so glad that Laura Lee found this. You know, she is so amazing, and I am so filled with bliss and gratitude that she's here, you know, and that I have the opportunity to work with her and learn from her. So this is the hardcore star breathing. And I can tell this is important too, because all of a sudden it's like something is gagging me, saying, nope, don't say it, don't say it. Well, too bad. I'm going to say it anyway. And I'll even add in a little extra tool here in the center before we do the core star breathing. And that's screw you losers and up yours losers. I'm not buying it. I'm not accepting it. It has to be screw you losers. You can't say the F word here. Because when you say screw, you're sending off the Kryahgenetics egg with the star spinning to screw into whatever is messing with you. And then when you say up yours, it is going up the food chain to any bosses or, you know, any implants or whatever is empowering that or charging it or in charge of it. So screw you losers and up yours losers. I'm saying this stuff anyway. You can't choke me out. I'm not the one getting choked out. You losers who are trying to stop me. You are the ones being choked out. hardcore star breathing here. Now, in the past when I've done this, I've only filled up the chest, and I feel like that is a very good way of doing this. But the last few days, I have been feeling it's important to fill up the chest first, get used to that, but then start filling up the entire abdomen so that we can get that full lungs breath, really opening up that rib cage, okay? So, how you do this, if you're not used to connecting it with your hardcore star, you always have your pendant or your almoricite rocks, but you hold it right into the center of your chest where your hardcore star is, and you can do both hands. And as you breathe in, you're intentionally filling up all of that chest area with that hardcore star energy. And as you breathe out, you intentionally push that energy down to the loin star. Another good deep breath in, filling up that chest with hardcore star energy here. And push it up into the head star. And then another good deep breath, filling up the chest with hardcore star energy. And as you breathe out, push it down and up at the same time. Oh, that was good. Okay, and you can move your body at any point during this, because this is releasing a lot of stuff. I know it is for me, and it most likely is for you too. So, after you've done that, you can do that 3 times, that entire system 3 times, breathing in with the chest, down to the loins, in with the chest, up to the head star, in with the chest, and down and up at the same time. You can do that 3 times, or more if you want. I ain't gonna stop you. You do that as much as you want, but a minimum of 3 times. And then what you do, putting your hands back on your hardcore star, okay? This is the next tool, okay? The next tool is saying to yourself, either in your mind or out loud, I love my authentic soul Suma, and my Suma loves me. I love my authentic soul Suma, and my Suma loves me. I love my authentic soul Suma, and my Suma loves me. When I work with my authentic soul Suma, we become some of the most powerful, benevolent beings in all of the hologram. When I work with my authentic soul Suma, we become some of the most benevolent and powerful beings in all of the hologram. And I just heard a joke in my mind, it's most likely from Hal, saying, yeah, this is the 1% you want to be in, okay? You want to be in these benevolent, powerful and benevolent groups with your soul Suma. That's the 1% you want to be in. Oh, goodness. Okay. Thank you, Hal. We all needed that. When I work with my authentic soul Suma, we become some of the most benevolent, powerful beings in all of the hologram. So step 1 for the unplugging, it's getting in the egg. Step 2 is doing the cord cutting. Step 3 is the hardcore star breathing. 3.5 is the screw you losers and up yours losers, which is a very important tool. Don't misunderestimate it. Just because it's 3.5 does not mean it's only half as important. It is very important. Step number 4 is connecting in with your Suma and feeling the love and gratitude that you have for your Suma and your Suma has for you. Okay? Now I'm going to share with you one more important tool here. Okay? And this can be done in so many different ways. It's a bilateral motion. Okay? Okay? What that means is you're crossing your arms across your body, either up on the shoulders or down on the knees. Okay? And you're just going to tap. Okay? Ooh, excuse me. Okay. So I'm going to do it up on my chest so you can see. And just take good deep breaths with this. And you can keep your eyes open. And, you know, like right now I have a little Almoricite rock in front of me. And I'm letting that be my focus as I'm doing this. And what this is doing is that with your eyes open while you do this, your eyes are getting the stimulus of watching your hands move in front of you. Your body is getting the stimulus of the tapping. And your brain is getting the extra stimulus of your arms being crossed with your right hand tapping your left shoulder and your left hand tapping your right shoulder. Macarena! Oh, goodness. And that is a good tip that your unplugging is working, is that you start laughing. Okay? Laughter is another tool that is amazing for unplugging and so important. But, okay, so the bilateral motion here. This technique balances the left and the right hemisphere of the brain and helps them to work with each other. Now, the brain is split into two. Okay, you have the the left brain and the right brain, right? I had to look and be like, wait, which one am I? Where am I at? They do not work together on their own. Okay, now there is a tissue in between called the corpus callosum, and there's a lot of other tissues in between, like the pineal pituitary glands, and I want to say the thalamus. Yeah, don't quote me on the glands and the tissues, but there are tissues in the center of the brain that help them to work together and help to bring them into unity. Now, when we do this as a part of our unplugging techniques, this helps us to come back into balance with ourselves, okay? Now, there's so many other techniques that I can teach here. If you feel like you're getting dogpiled on and you need help, reach out for a session. Even a 15 to 30 minute session can make a world of difference when you're getting dogpiled and you don't know where to turn and you don't know what to do, okay? It's part of the reason why I'm here, and Laura Lee and many other amazing practitioners that are learning these techniques and learning the importance of them, okay? There's also, Laura Lee made a night's training course that has an entire hour-long video on unplugging, where she shares other techniques, not these techniques, but other techniques that she uses for unplugging, and they're all phenomenal. So there's no shortage of techniques here for this, okay? This video was intended to be very short, with a few easy-to-follow instructions for you to start using and implementing into your day-to-day life, okay? Now, that is the key, day-to-day life. And you can do these as many times throughout the day as you want, okay? The more that you do them, the more likely you are to remember to use them when you need them the most, okay? So don't just say, oh, today was a good day, I'm just not going to do it. No, I don't care if you're in your bed and you are exhausted and can't think. Get yourself in an egg and do the cord cutting. Get yourself in the egg and do the screw you losers. Get yourself in the egg and connect with your Summa. Get yourself in the egg and do hardcore star breathing. You don't have to do everything, but do something, okay? Get it started. You will not regret it. Now, like I said, there's so many other techniques here that would be important to learn, like doing the T strainers, and really the implant removal protocols as well, because a lot of times when we're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, we have implants on us, or shove-ons, or shove-ins, or some kind of outside interference messing with us. Screw you losers, up yours losers, you're not stopping me here. Sorry, I got a little gassy there, and it's gone. And it's gone. Now, with all these techniques, it does help to either have your Amorosite pendant or your rocks on hand, and to use them along with whatever techniques you're doing, okay? They will help you remain focused and clear as you work with the eggs and take care of yourself. Now, I hope this video was helpful for you. This was very impromptu. I had I knew I was going to do this video at some point, but I didn't know what was going to be in it. I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know what I was going to do first. So write me down below if there's any unplugging techniques that you love to work with that I didn't bring up here. Write me if you've never heard of unplugging. Write me and tell me if these techniques are good for you or if you're having a hard time understanding them. For one, your comments down below do help to raise the number of, potential people to see my information and material. But it also gives me the opportunity to assist you with what you need right now, as well as building this amazing community of amazing kick-ass people who are not taking all of this crap. We're not accepting this anymore. We know that we can do better. We know we deserve better. And now we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. So, again, I hope this video helped you out. Let me know what you think. And yeah, keep rocking it. Like our dear friend Amika always says, onwards and forwards, and don't let the bastards win. Yippee! Alright, that's it for now, folks, and laugh. Bring the laughter with you wherever you can, and work with these eggs and your rocks. They can do phenomenal things. The Amorosite rocks. Earth rocks are cool too, but the Amorosites are phenomenal and so helpful. Alright, thank you everyone. I wish for you all of the best of the best. May truth, justice, integrity, and authentic UV love be ever present in your life. Thank you. All right, ta-ta for now.